The San Francisco 49ers have interviewed their fourth candidate for the open defensive coordinator job that was left by Steve Wilkes. Now, this particular coach is coming from the Kansas City Chiefs. He has been the secondaries coach with the Chiefs since 2019, specifically the defensive backs coach. And this is an interesting one, obviously, because the Chiefs secondary has been pretty phenomenal with McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed and what they've been able to do. And obviously, the San Francisco 49ers have experience playing against this defense as of very recently. So the 49ers go out and bring this guy in. He has extensive experience in the league. He's coached with the Cardinals, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, and had some stints in college as well. But he's been primarily either a defensive assistant, a linebacker coach, quality control coach, or a secondaries coach. He also was a safeties coach for the New York Giants as well. So he has a ton of experience. And of course, is coming from a Super Bowl caliber defense. So this could be a very interesting candidate. I do think it's important to note that the 49ers did need to fulfill the Rooney Rule. So it is, again, it's part of the rules. This was actually something that I heard at the combine this was kind of to be expected. So it'll be interesting to see. Who knows? Maybe he is a phenomenal candidate, and the 49ers are seriously considering him as a candidate and could potentially get the job. So we're not ruling that out at all. But we do have to kind of present the information as that was part of it as well. So the 49ers now have interviewed 4 defensive coordinators. Sorensen, who is the internal kind of front runner for this potential job. You also had Daniel Bullocks as well, who is coach of secondary. And then you have the Brandon Staley. So as it stands right now, all we know of is the 4 interviews that the 49ers have held for their open defensive coordinator job. So it's going to be really interesting to see which one of these guys lands. Based on kind of like what I'm hearing, it does feel like Sorensen has some momentum to potentially be the internal hire for the San Francisco 49ers. But also, too, like I've discussed, I'm not necessarily ruling out Brandon Staley either. So it's going to be fascinating to see. And obviously, we have the new candidate, Dave Merritt. So it's going to be really interesting who the 49ers ultimately land on in regards to this coaching search. Obviously, we're at the combine, so a lot of scouting is going on, preparations and roster construction and build out for next season and in the future. So obviously you would want to think you'd want your defensive coordinator a part of that. However, we do understand that the 49ers scouting staff and scouting department is going to go out there and do that job and get that information regardless of a DC sitting in on interviews or anything like that. So, and I guarantee you they probably videotape the interviews. So if a coach really wanted to go back and watch interviews, he has probably that access. So I don't think it's a crazy big deal that the 49ers don't have a DC. I would have thought they would have liked to have that shored up by now. But again, Kyle Shanahan's not here. No 49er coaches are here in Indianapolis for the scouting combine. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal at all. So it'll be fascinating to see, again, where the 49ers go with this. Who's it going to be? Who should they hire? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.